Okay, here we are for the final episode of season 2 of Weird Potato Chip Reviews. And for those of you that were fans of the stupid hats, we're closing out the season with this particular beauty that was submitted and sponsored by my friend Killer Bootlegs. You thought you were going to make me look like an idiot with this particular purchase, but guess what? I still look fucking fresh to death. I went back to the dermatologist for a follow-up treatment on my scalp condition. It's nothing dangerous. You don't have to worry about that. I spoke about it extensively in the season 1 recap video, which is a zillion videos back. So if you really, really wanted to know, you can go and you can watch that. But I have to keep my head covered today because it's not presentable as usual. And for season 3, if any of you assholes want to send me a fucking hat, either something to promote your stupid brand or something to make me look stupid or awesome, well, you can send me a message and I'll get you the address. So today we're going to close out the season with the third and final bag from the company MSCHF. And I explained who they were in the last couple of videos. And these are all illegal chips, chip flavors based on various foodstuffs that have been outlawed in different parts of the world. And we're going to close it out with horse meat. Now, this one is interesting because it is not quite as illegal as some of the other things that we've sampled from this series. Horse meat is generally consumed in other parts of the country and the world, and it's mostly in America that it's illegal. And the reasons why are fairly complicated, but I will do my best to summarize based on the limited research that I have done. We don't not eat horses because it's specifically bad for you. Horse meat is perfectly fine for human consumption. The reason why we don't eat it and why it's been outlawed are because both economic and emotional. The economic reasons are mostly because compared to beef, horses have less fat and less caloric value and are just generally not as nutritious as cows. So just from an economic point of view, if you were going to cultivate any sort of animal for slaughter and consumption, you're just going to get more bang for your buck raising cows than you would from raising horses. So it's just generally not done for that reason. But the main reason more than anything else are emotional. It's because we bond with horses. We make pets of horses, and horses are very much part of our mythology. And because of that reason, there's just like a lot of just revulsion and just sort of like disgust with the idea of eating them because we love them and they're part of our story, and we just can't seem to bring ourselves to kill them and eat them. And mostly for that reason, they're not cultivated as food. And usually when they do, because of that, when they wind up in food, it's because it got snuck in there somehow as a cheat, or as a way to compensate for a lack of beef. And the thing is, you're not really supposed to consume horses that haven't been specifically raised for slaughter and consumption, because horses like race horses and pet horses are usually pumped with all kinds of drugs throughout their life for various reasons. And for that reason, those drugs make them unhealthy for human consumption. And therefore, most of the horse meat that does become available on the market has been from domesticated animals, and it's not healthy, and there's no official horse production of horse meat in the United States. So when it does show up, it's come from a nefarious source. Now, there's no laws against killing and eating your own horses. It's just illegal to sell the meat. So that's kind of the main reasons why we don't eat horse meat. And they're understandable, but from a practical point of view, there's no real reason why you couldn't eat a horse. I've actually had horse meat in Switzerland. It's not outlawed in other countries like it is in the United States. And I was in a restaurant in Switzerland, And they had it on the menu, and I'm like, well, fuck it. I may as well try it out and see what it's like. And to be honest with you, I found it almost completely indistinguishable from beef. It was a little leaner and a little gamier, but if you told me I was eating a fucking cow, I wouldn't have known the difference. It was fine. You know, I did feel a little weird about it, but horses have been consumed by human beings since the dawn of civilization, and probably even before that, so there's nothing really unnatural about eating it, but it feels fucked up to eat it, and that's one of the reasons why we don't consume it. And these fine people over at MSCHF have decided to fuck with us and make a horse-flavored chip. And of course, it says on the back, there's a disclaimer, it's made from 0% real horse. So this is really just a simulation of horse meat rather than actual horse meat. But we're gonna crack this bag open anyway and see how it fares. And again, I have to use the special scissors because I don't want to fuck the bag up, because I want to make a action figure out of this. So let's be careful here. All right. Oof, I can smell it already. These are very aromatic chips that these people have produced, I will say that. Ah, damn it. Ripped a little bit. Okay. Horse meat, sort of reddish chip. Palate is clear. They are a little stale, so I'm going to have to take that into consideration. This bag is over a year old. It does have a bit of a gamey taste. I mean, I do enjoy eating like deer and elk and wild game. It always has like a different sort of note to it than, you know, domestically produced beef. They're not bad. Nothing too, oh shit. There's a tomatoey vibe in there. And I've been traumatized by a lot of these tomato chips. Not a bad chip. I mean, if an actual horse was killed in the production of this, I would probably feel a certain type of way, but seeing how this is just a simulation doesn't make me feel anything. Yeah, okay. It does have a gamey taste, so I guess it succeeds on that level. I don't know. I don't give a fuck about horses personally. I'm actually allergic to them. I have done some horseback riding. I personally never really had a thing for horses like some people do. You know, some people really, really love horses. They must be getting triggered by this video. But, yeah, they're not bad. I don't think we should switch to eating horse meat, although when crunch time comes and all the supply chains fail and society collapses and we go into survival mode, we're gonna be eating these motherfuckers a lot. There's supposedly somewhere upwards of like 50,000 wild horses in the United States out west, and actually the management of them has become quite a problem. There were some proposals to let people hunt them, and nobody wanted to fucking do it. And there have been occasions where some restaurants have followed a lot of the narrow guidelines that allow restaurants to serve horse meat, and they would get death threats. Well, it's really more of an emotional thing. rather than any sort of health concern. So there you have it. Horse meat chips. That's one for the books. So, okay, that concludes season 2 of Suck Chips Potato Chip Reviews. Thank you to MSCHF for providing me with these wonderful samples to try. They've made for some great material. And I'm gonna take a short break, see how much Instagram wants to pay me for all this shit. And then I'll be resuming with season 3 soon thereafter. So thank you for watching. Thank you to fucking Killer Bootlegs for this stupid hat. I think I'm gonna wear this out today and let them know. Suckadelic, the Super Sucklord, signing off.